Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button below. It would mean the world to me. Okay, today I have my definitely by far most requested video. How do I do the foiling? So we are going to do that today. First of all, I'm going to run through the different materials that I use. So I use the Wow Fab foil. I love their foils. I've only used the gold, silver and blush previously. I have the gold glitter that I'm trying for the first time today. I've got a laminator that is just the cheapest laminator I could find on Amazon, and then I've printed off a huge stack of different things for us to try. Some of these are new techniques to me that I am experimenting with right in front of your eyes, so no judgment if they go wrong, and lots of oohs and ahs if they go right. That would be nice. So I have some where I've already done Copic colouring on. I have one of my where it's just a card panel with a word and then I add ink or whatever to it. I have the leaves there. They have got ink blended over them, different sentiments, and there's also the very, very highly packed leaf that's the other way, the negative, so there's a lot of dark toner for it to for the foil to stick to. One thing that I need to mention, this will only work if you have got a laser jet printer. It has to be a laser jet printer because the toner that is used in them is what binds to the foil. There are different ways of foiling. There are many different ways, but the way that I am discussing today, it won't work if you have an inkjet printer. So sorry about that, but there you go, it has to be laser jet. So I'm going to start by foiling this little sentiment to show you how I go about it. So I just trim a piece of foil off and lay it on top of whatever I want to foil. So you've got the two sides of the foil. The back of all the foils is like that matte silver type thing, so you want to make sure that you put the foil on pretty side up. So the side that you want to see, that is so here the gold, that has to be pretty side up with the matte silver touching the toner, and then just put it in the middle of that's just a folded sheet of printer paper, just because you can't run it through just as it is, because it wouldn't go through properly. So yeah, just put it inside a folded piece of printer paper and put it in the laminator. Now, first tip, laminator has to be boiling hot. It has to be. I leave mine on for at least 15-20 minutes. Don't mind my hands dancing there. I told you I always have music on when I'm crafting away. Always leave mine on for at least 15-20 minutes. I think here I left it on for even longer, because it needs to be hot, 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 hot. So that is the first tip. I know that after like a couple of minutes the little light goes off to tell you that it's warm enough. It's not warm enough. Don't even try it. It won't work. You won't get a good result. I suppose, yeah, so I shouldn't say it won't work. It might work, but you won't get as good a result. Here I'm talking about how to get the best results. So I run it through, take it out, I give it a couple of seconds to cool, and then stick it back through again, because I find that that's how I get the best results. I've done quite a lot of like experimenting and messing about and stuff with it, and that just gives me the best results. When I take it out, I put it to the side and I leave it. I don't take it off while it's still hot. I will be completely honest, I don't know if it is a combination of one or all, or just a couple of the tips that I'm giving you that give you the best results. All I know is that I get the best results when I use these tips, so I just always do those 3 things. Laminator, boiling hot, put it through twice at least, more if it's a really, really dark image, and leave it to cool before you take the foil off. I'm just showing you here that the foil works because it sticks and it's pulled away from like the plastic coating, so it will also work on a double-sided tape and things like that. But I'm showing you that as well because you need to be careful, especially when you're getting the foil out of the pack, because even that like stickiness that's on the flap for the packet, even that is enough that it will take the foil off. And yes, I am speaking from experience. Next one, the folds that are in there, as you can see, I'm saying don't put those on, don't use that part, because you will be left with a line in your foiling. I do actually use that just to show you why I'm saying don't use it. There I was trying to see if I could fit that fit it on, because it was before I thought actually no, I'll use it to show you. I was trying to see if I could fit it on there, but it wasn't big enough. Yeah, I'm quite frugal, very frugal with my foil. I don't know why, because it's not expensive. I just don't like waste, so I keep all of my negative pieces, like where you peel the backing off. I keep all of those in one of the old packets, because you know I might use them one day, might need them for a little tiny image. Waste not, want not. So I think I'm cutting that piece in half because it was big enough to do the 2 sentiments, but it was not big enough to stretch between the 2, still as one. Now obviously when you've got little pieces like that, and I want them to stay exactly on that sentiment, I do use a little bit of masking tape to keep them still. But you need to be really careful where you put the masking tape and how much masking tape you put on. Otherwise, that again will impair the results of your foiling. And yes, again, I am speaking from experience. So if you can see, you can't see yet because my hand's in the way, move. There, the actual part of the tape that is on the foil is teeny tiny, just enough just to keep it there, and definitely not over any of the image that I'm trying to foil, because that will not work. You will be left with lines. Again, I do actually do that on the other thank you. I show you what happens when you do the 2 things that I expressly have said don't do, so that you can see. I'll make the mistakes so that you don't have to. I've already made those mistakes before too. Okay, so I have never used this gold glitter one before, as I said. I think I'm just pointing out there to you that sticky strip. That's what I was saying, be careful you don't get the foil on, because it will rip the prettiness off your foil. So yeah, I've never used this one before, and I wanted to do this strip of very concentrated toner. So I've never actually done anything this big and that concentrated before, and I've never used that gold glitter foil before, so this is an experiment. This is one of those ones that I said we'll find out together whether it works or not. Also, there are folds in it, which I know I've already told you definitely don't do, but there's no other way around it because it's a big image, so I just decided to just do it, and then I'll just try and hide any imperfections in the foiling. As it turns out, this foil, spoiler alert, this foil doesn't actually, it doesn't work as well as the others. Basically, it's really pretty, but it doesn't work the same as the others, and it doesn't work as well as the others, which was a little bit disappointing, I'll be honest. But hey, So then I also wanted to show you that you can foil where you've already coloured with Copics, that I've Copic coloured this wreath, which is part of the new release that's come out today from Rachel Vass. It's beautiful. I need to show you that you can foil when you've already coloured, and also you can foil just part of an image, running the whole thing through. It's fine, it won't hurt the other image that you're not foiling. The printer paper will stick to the toner that's not got the foil against it, because it just does it sort of melts and sticks to the paper a bit, not in any way that causes any issue whatsoever. It's just, you just have to peel the paper up when you open it, but it's fine. So yeah, I wanted to show you that's another technique that I wanted to show you. And then I was really excited to try this one because I realised whilst I was filming that I wanted to colour the rose in, so I just quickly off camera coloured that in first. But I wanted to foil the frame around the rose and the sentiment, but not the rose. And I was like, how do I do that? I can't do that with one piece of foil. So this is another one of the experiments. This one turned out way better. Genuinely excited and really happy about this one. I'm really sorry that I think I've knocked the camera there and it's gone a bit ski-whiff, hasn't it? Oh dear. I was too busy excitedly foiling away and singing, to be honest, and didn't notice that I'd knocked the camera, sorry. So what I did was I put a piece of foil across the bottom that covered the bottom parts of the frame and the sentiment. The frames around it, I know there's 3 frames, 2 thicker ones and then a thin one on the outside. That thin one on the outside, I'm not intending to keep that. That is to show me where to cut to make it exactly 4 by 5 1/4. So I'd have a nice little border when I put it on my carte blanche. See, always thinking, not really, but I was there. Quite proud of that. So I put the foil on the bottom, covering the sentiment and the bottom of the frame. Then I added another piece of foil to the top part above the rose, and I ran that through twice. Then I peeled it up, and let's see, this is the first bit of foiling that I'm showing you. I saved all the rest till the end because I really like doing that, so I'm just going to put them all together so we can just at them all at the same time. Right, so I've pulled that foil off. Then I know it doesn't work if you add 2 pieces of foil next to each other. That won't work. I've tried that before. You still get a line. But I wondered whether if I foil part of it and then once I'd done that, take that foil off and add another piece of foil to the parts that aren't foiled, would that work? And again, spoiler warning, it worked. It's awesome. I love it. Amazing. I know I use that word a lot. Amazing. I've just realised that card says you amaze me. Oh, it's pretty good. It did amaze me. So I ran it through with foil on the side portions of the frame, making sure that I overlapped it with where the foil finished, the other foil finished, so that there were no gaps. Ran that through a couple of times, and then, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Ta-da! Look! It worked! There's no gap! Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so good. I can't tell you how happy I was when I saw that. So now we can go through and I can do the big reveal on all of these beautiful foiled things that we made, and then I off camera turn them into cards, because you don't want to see that. That'd make this video about an hour long. So now we have the big reveals. Are you ready? Drum roll. Can't play the drums. Look at that. Oh, I love it. And look how fine some of those letters are, and the frame around it, and perfect foiling. Don't get me wrong, I don't always do it perfect. Sometimes you do get little anomaly bits that are very annoying and you don't know why, but if you use the tips that I've said, then I think that should see you through for most. Touch wood, I do get a lot of good results using these tips. So now there are the two that, see that one part of the T, it like overfoiled. I don't really know why that happened, because that one it did, and then the second one, I'm just going to take that out so you waft it a little bit so it's not boiling hot when it goes back in. Again, I don't know why I do that. That's just one of those things that I do, so I just always do now. But that one foiled much better. You can see the whole of the T. I love them. Then this is the one that I purposely made mistakes on. So you've got the crease of where it was creased there, and then also I put the tape over the top of the image. I'm hoping, can you see that? I don't know if you can actually put that up properly, but yeah, there's gaps in the foiling basically. Oh yeah, you can catch it there. So you see that glint then? There's like black lines where the foil didn't catch. So there's some beautiful sentiments which I love to do. Add those to a normal card and you get a bit of a wow factor. Now the gold sparkle foil, as I said, it's the first time that I used it and I wasn't as happy with that. When I peeled it back, it's a much more distressed look than I wanted it to be. It does just feel different as well when you peel that off. It doesn't feel the same, as there was quite a lot of resistance as you're pulling it. So I did run it through another few times with a bit more foil over some of the bits that were really missing, and it did help, but it's not perfect. It's still not perfect, but I kind of like it. It's kind of like a shabby kind of chic look, which I quite like, and the actual sparkle of the foil is just beautiful. It is really very, very beautiful. So, oh, I wanted to show you a bonus tip on how you could use it, but this was a major fail. I tried to show you that you can use double-sided tape with the foil. You can't with this gold foil. You just can't. I don't know why. Again, it's different. It didn't pull away at all. It didn't come away onto the tape. You can see I'm like trying to burnish it in a little bit more and see if that helps. It didn't. So I thought maybe was it that tape. So I stuck down some more tape that I have used before with Wow Fab Foil, and had great results. So I tried it with that. Again, didn't work. Just didn't work at all. Not at all. It was terrible. So yeah, I sort of gave up on that, and then I decided that no, actually I'm going to try and put it through the laminator and see if that makes it work. It didn't. it didn't. By this point I was really quite annoyed, and I was just going to just leave it, but I realised that actually I probably should show you guys what was supposed to happen. So I did it again on some scrap with a scrap of the gold, just normal gold foil. So lay down a couple of lines of the tape. It's just so easy to do, and you don't need a laminator or anything. So it is another way that you can add some foiling to your cards without needing the laserjet printer and the laminator and things. This is what I was trying to show you and completely failed. See, look how easy that is. Done. Beautiful. That's all I wanted. That's what I wanted to show you, not the rubbishness. So that's just another way that sometimes I add foil to my projects. So here I'm going to show you, I didn't get to use all of the things that I foiled today because I ran out of time, but I trimmed down the sentiments and they're going to go in my little sentiment tub on my desk. I also didn't use the ink blended panel that I foiled, but that's there, and I will use that. That's just beautiful. I did silver foil to that. So that I used the Thinking of You sentiment that we foiled along with the gold glitter leaves. Just simple, trimmed it down, added it, a couple of white stripes down the sides of the main panel, and just look at that sparkle. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It really is. Next one, the hello. I went uber clean and simple with this. I don't very often do that, but yeah, I just matted it on a piece of black cardstock, added some black glittery sequins, and done. The rose one, I think this is my favourite. Oh, I love this. I do. I was so proud when I got that frame right. So I just trimmed that down and popped it up on some foam tape onto a top folding A2 card. There is the one for today's release. Today's release is that, and also the hello that I made into the clean and simple top folding card. I'll have links to the new release below and also to the older releases that I've used in this video. I hope that I've answered the questions that people have had about foiling and how I do it, and as I said, this has been by far my most requested video, so I hope that it was worth the wait. If there is anything else that you'd like to know, then please give me a shout. If there are any other topics or techniques or anything like that that you want to see me tackle, then let me know and I will do my best to get that done as quickly as I can. I hope you like the projects from today. I'm sorry that this has waffled on quite as long as it has. There's been a lot of information that I wanted to add. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you could hit that subscription button below. And stay safe, stay crafty. Bye.